Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to this 48th session. So, today in this session, we will continue our discussion about scene 14 in the play Siri Sampige, written by Chandrasekhar Kappa. And you already know what has happened in scene 14. Kalinga has escaped in the form of a snake by the gutter drain. And now Prince Shivanaga has entered into the bedroom and is asking about Kalinga's presence in the room to Siri Sampige. See what is happening. Let me share the slides with you now. Yes. Okay. Oh, yes. So, scene 14 continue. The final confrontation. So, what confrontation? See here, there is a final confrontation going on between Siri Sampige Devi and Prince Shivanaga in the second part of scene 14. Already Kalinga has escaped from the palace in the form of a snake, and now see what is happening in scene 14. Aftermath of Kalinga's escape. So already you know in the previous scene itself that the escaped snake is the same one which has favored Sri Sampige Devi during her trial at the Nagalingam temple. And Shivanaga orders, he gives strict order to Avali to kill the snake wherever he sees it. And after that, he goes to Sri Sampige and asks a few questions. He asks Sri Sampige Devi, is it not the same snake which favored you at the Nagalingam? She says, yes. And he further asks one more question. Is that snake your lover? Yes. See here, these are the confessions of Sri Sampige Devi in front of Shivanaga. And after listening to the statements made by Sri Sampige Devi, he calls this relationship as immoral, illicit. And Sri Sampige Devi, see, finally confirms that she has a relationship with Kalinga. But Shivanaga, he calls that relationship as immorality, and she has betrayed all the family elders as well as the entire royal family. But Sri Sampige Devi tries to give justification for her illicit relationship with Kalinga. She goes on explaining, she goes on justifying her relationship to some extent. She tells, when you married me and when I am in love with you, when I searched for you in our bedroom, you were not there. You were always in search of that lamp maiden. And finally, you got your God and you saw your God in the pond. But my God, I also find my God in him. What is the fault in that? So this is a brief conversation that goes on between Sri Sampige Devi and her husband Shivana. And gradually she realizes that uh, this is an unfaithful relationship, and also he calls herself as a half widow. Why she calls herself as a half widow? She goes on explaining about her mental and physical ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್. ಯಾಕೆ ತನ್ನನ್ನ ತಾನು ಸಿರಿಸಂಪಿಗೆ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಡು ಅಂತ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಲು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಳು ತದನಂತರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾನು ಆ ರೀತಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಅಂತ. ನನಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಶಿವನಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಬೆಡ್ರೂಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಶಿವನಾಗ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ತನ್ನ ದೇವರನ್ನ ತನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿಬಿಂಬದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣುವ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನನ್ನ ದೇವರನ್ನ ನಾನು ಕಾಳಿಂಗನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಾಲ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್? ಅಂಡ್ ಶಿ ಲೇಟರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಸ್ herself as a half widow. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿ ಒಂದು ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ, ವೆನ್ ಶಿವನಾಗ is with me my body is widow, when kalinga is with me my mind is widow. This particular statement made by Siri Sampige shows our physical as well as mental condition. So at the same time, Avali, who has gone in search of that escaped snake, comes to the palace and he says to Kalinga that he has traced the location of Kalinga. He says to Shivanaga that he has traced the location of Kalinga in one of the antils outside the city. So immediately Shivanaga leaves for the battle. When Shivanaga leaves for the battle, at the end of that scene, the conclusive dialogue of that scene, I mean scene 14, is delivered by Siri Sampige. Now he calls herself, she calls herself as a full widow. So this is the end of scene 14. And there are a few more dialogues we have to remember in scene 14. See here, first dialogue. Speak. Speak then. Is not that snake your lover? See, this is the dialogue delivered by Shivanaga, and it is referred to Siri Sampige. Yavaga antandre, when that snake escaped from the palace, he entered into the room and started to ask some questions to Siri Sampige Devi. In those questions, she confesses that she has an illicit relationship with that snake. So at that time, this dialogue was delivered by Shivanaga to his wife, Siri Sampige Devi. Next dialogue. I am already off widow. See, this is the dialogue delivered by Siri Sampige to Shivanaga. While explaining the physical and mental condition, physical and mental status, she calls herself as a half widow. While explaining that anxiety and grief within her, she delivers this statement. See, further, the third dialogue. When you're with me, my body is widow. When I am with him, lying with him, my mind is widow. So, this is the statement which gives justification for the second statement. Why she calls herself as a half widow. ಯಾಕೆ ತನ್ನನ್ನು ತಾನು ಆಫ್ ವಿಡೋ ಅಂತ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅನ್ನೋದರ ಜಸ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಈ ಒಂದು ಡೈಲಾಗ್. ಶಿವನಾಗ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ತನ್ನ ದೇಹ ಬಿಡು ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಕಾಳಿಂಗ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ತನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬಿಡು ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ಶಿ delivers in front of Shivanaga. So by this, I'm going to end my 48th session. So once again, thank you all for listening to this session. Thank you.